It's almost 8:25 on this Wednesday morning, and once again, we're pleased to have Thomas Fellows with us in studio. He is the author of Mrs. Dubose's Last Wish, The Art of Embracing Suffering. We were talking a little bit earlier, but recap the audience in case they're just tuning in. A lot of this book and the message in it is the role that empathy plays in a person's success.
Absolutely. So there's a quote in To Kill a Mockingbird, and Atticus says, to scout, you never really understand a person until you crawl into their skin and walk around, climb into their skin and walk around in it. And there's a quote in The Great Gatsby where Nick Carraway is talking about Gatsby, and he says, he smiled understandingly, much more than understandingly. It was one of those rare smiles with the quality of eternal reassurance in it you may run across 4 or 5 times in life. It faced or seemed to face the whole eternal world for an instant, and then smiled on you with an irresistible prejudice in your favor, and understood you as you wanted to be understood, and believed in you as you like to believe in yourself, and had precisely the impression of you that at your best you hope to convey.
How did you come up with the topic for this book?
Really, I was unemployed for about 1.5 years, and I read the book The Road to Character by David Brooks, and for 3 or 4 pages he goes on in much of his own words to talk about suffering. And you know, and then also I read The First Rate Madness by Nasir Gami, where he talks about the more pain you go through, the more empathy you have. And being able to understand people is very underrated in business success. So Bill McDermott, who I mentioned earlier, he was the second one to review my first book on Amazon, when many of my mentors were too busy to read the book. And he's so successful today. He's been successful at Xerox, SAP, and ServiceNow because he understands people very well.
We're short on time. We're going to put your social media information up on the screen, but as we do, Thomas, just talk about the proceeds that people who will benefit from the sale of your book.
Yes, 100% of the profits are going to NAMI for suicide awareness. I don't want to center this book. I got this idea from a John Grisham book called The Rainmaker, where the book deals with a mom who has a son who dies from leukemia. And an insurance company, and they sue the insurance company. The insurance company says, hey, what are you going to do with this $10 million that you potentially win? And she says, well, I'm going to donate it all to charity. And so that's how I got the idea to do this.
Well, it's a very great cause that you're working on here, and I hope it turns out well for you. Unfortunately, the pandemic kind of cut short his book tour, but he's doing the best, crisscrossing the country, coming all the way from Houston, Texas today, and we appreciate you coming to see us.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.
All right, coming up, it's National Green Juice Day. We'll have a local business in studio to help us observe this day.